Hello friends, I'm back. Sorry about this. I don't know how to. Sometimes you can't predict what's going to happen. Yeah, so we are coming back to continue what we've been discussing. So please bear with us. And yeah. Okay, so we are back. I'm just trying to see whether I can connect with my friend. Welcome back, June Jane. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thank you for coming back. Sister Shioma, thank you for coming back. Okay, so as Shioma is coming to join us, I'll continue with the point. Welcome back, Shioma. I don't know what happened. My volume went off. Anyway, we are back. So let's, yeah. So my next point was life on hold is actually a sign of selfishness. I know this is hard. By the way, before I go on, Shioma was saying that marriage is not for everyone. I remember I did a topic in my previous videos about letting go, and I shared it on one of the single platforms. Oh my God, I received bullets. So Esther is already, and she's here telling us to let go. Why is she married as well? You know, I understand where they're coming from, but
I get all those feedbacks.
yeah, so they really attacked me. How can you tell us to let go? Is it because you're already married? It's not like that. When one has gone through something, there's wisdom in it, and it was all about sharing that wisdom. Okay. Yeah, we're not saying you shouldn't get married if you want, but we are saying let your life count in the meantime as you're waiting. Yeah, so I was just saying that putting your life on hold is a sign of selfishness. Why? It's because you are spending that time, okay, thinking about yourself and your needs.
Concentrating on your
Focusing on yourself, egocentrism. My marriage, every prayer request, every whatever you do is about marriage. Even when you go to parties, you're looking around, you're so. When you see someone in need next to you, so as hard as it may sound, it is a sign of selfishness. So let us outgrow that. Let our life count, as Juma was explaining. Okay, life is more enjoyable and fulfilling when we live for people, finding problems we can solve out there in our communities, in our societies, making our life count. I like the quote that Mandy Hale said. She said that don't ignore the love you have in your life by focusing on the love that you don't. That is so true. We waste all our energy focusing on what we don't have, waiting for what we don't even know. Yet the little we have, we can multiply it and make a lot out of it. Yes. Fioma, over to you.
Yes, I really like that point that you made now. Focusing on yourself is more like you're making it an idol. You're beginning to worship the idea, and that presents you as a desperate person.
Oh, yes.
You know, when everything you're thinking about is, this is what my husband would like me to be. You know, you're just trying to repackage yourself to be presentable to someone who you have not even met. You don't even know what that person's expectation of you would be. And you're making yourself unhappy, and you're cutting yourself out of a lot of things that would make you a better person.
Yeah.
And I would like to say that when we become desperate about settling down, it has a way of pushing us in the wrong direction because you're going to take the wrong decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is the reason why a lot of people are finding themselves today in relationships where they are getting abused. If you've been, following the news on the media,
Yeah.
you would see that there are, the incidents, the killings is increasing. The number of people killing themselves, the women killing their men, the men killing the women. There's a whole lot of abuse going on right now because with desperate people who were desperate, who didn't focus themselves on the right things,
Mm.
possibly
Mm.
took the wrong decision
Yeah.
and they found themselves in that abusive relationship where some are beginning to lose their lives in the process.
Mm.
So really, we need to pay attention to more meaningful things for ourselves other than this.
Yeah.
When this happens, then it happens because you're prepared. You need to use your time to prepare, add a lot of value to yourself
Yes.
and make yourself into that person who you desire to be and also who God wants you to be. Because, like we had earlier mentioned, we're
Mm.
here to serve our Creator, we're here to use our lives to live for Him. You're not living for
Yeah.
anyone, you're not living for. So we need to get this part straight.
All right.
In, in,
Thank you for coming back, friends. Hello, Jane. Chinwe, thank you
hello.
so much. Thanks for joining us. So, is that we should not put our life on hold because that is a sign that idol worshiping. I
Yeah.
think we learned about that yesterday from Dr. Sandra Delaja. Putting anything, letting anything occupy your mind, taking priority day in and day out is a sign that that thing has actually taken over. It's taken over, so it's priority in your life. So we know that God hates idol worshiping. Anything we exalt above Him, including marriage, spouses, children, okay, becomes a snare to us. It's just the heavens over us. Okay. So no wonder when I was focusing on marriage, no one came in my life. No one approached me. So I was getting even more, more angry until I realized this truth that actually, when you put anything above God, everything as priority in your life, it shuts the heavens. So don't put your life on hold. Okay, and because that's a sign of idol worshiping. So, and I think sometimes when God looks at our situations, He allows them. Why? Because I think in my case, He said that, oh, if I give Esther a husband at this time, she will turn him into an idol for herself. Yet I want her to serve me. So that helped me come to my senses. I had that time come to my senses, realize my purpose. And I changed my mindset and direction in life. So the things God does is wisdom in that. He allows it to happen. Why? Because He's saving us from ourselves. He knows better. So let us do some soul searching. Let us know what is our priority in life. Do we have idols in our life? Are we putting marriage as an idol? Men, husbands as an idol? Having children as an idol? God should be our number one priority. Okay? Over to you, Shioma.
Yeah, I would say that on marriage, when you eventually get married, you would find out that marriage is actually overrated. And a lot of people get disappointed because they had, a lot of expectations that get dashed. They wonder, oh, how did I get myself in here? You would discover again that your single days, they are one of the best times of your life. The times that you were alone, the times that you didn't have anyone in your life, were or it's supposed to be one of the best times for you because you have a lot more time to yourself. And the time, like we've said, is your life. You have to use your time wisely. You have to invest in your time, invest in yourself. because with marriage comes a lot of other distractions. If you're married for many years, you would agree with me that, of course, when your children start coming, you're going to have your time. That 24 hours that you were using for yourself is going to be divided into the number of people in your household. So if you had 24 hours before, you might have even nothing at the end of the day, depending on the number of people you may have to use your time to attend to. And you will see that if you're not careful too, you would begin to be frustrated by the number of activities. If you were in a day handling like 10 activities, you may find out that you may be having 24 to-do lists, 24 items on your to-do list, because you have a lot more things to contend with. So the time of a single person is not a time to pause your life. You should, enjoy that time to the fullest. If you have not traveled from, your present location, that's the time for you to travel, move around, make friends, learn a new thing, learn a new skill, invest in yourself. Because by the time you become married and start your responsibilities increase, you would find out that it becomes a lot more difficult to do those things that you really, really would have loved to do. And this is why a lot of people have issues with their partners, with their spouses, especially if, because they were desperate, they took the wrong, made the wrong choice. And this is the time when you see people, by the time they get in there, they start wanting to do the things that they felt they had left out. And they start having this friction. Oh, this man say, oh, but you're taking too much of my time. Now the children, they need you, and all those issues start coming. So why not use your time right now to do everything that you should have been doing, so that by the time you meet that man, he knows that, oh, this is who I'm getting involved with, and this is what she's already doing with her time. So he has to decide for himself upfront if he wants to work with this kind of person or not.
Yes, that's so true. Thank you, Chioma. Hello, Brother Hezekiah. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so putting your life on hold. Sorry, does your husband need something to contribute now? Or should we go on?
Yes, I want to let him say something.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to add a little point. A point now. That putting your life on hold just because of marriage makes you vulnerable.
Yeah.
When people keep praying about marriage and all that, and the next thing you're thinking, I've been praying, God is not answering my prayer. Is there something wrong with me? Is there something wrong with my relationship with God? And at that state, you're vulnerable. If you meet the wrong pastors, they're going to take advantage of you. And they give you their conditions. It's because you've not prayed enough, because you've not fasted enough, because you've not parted with a certain amount of money, and they give you all sorts of conditions. And someone with that state of mind is desperate and will do anything. There was something news that went viral about a lady, a 37 or 39-year-old lady, who was flogged like 40 strokes of the cane by a pastor. She was asked to actually lie down, and they actually flogged her on her back because of that was their way of casting out the spirit of preventing her from getting married. What do we call the spirit's husband that she had, So, sorry.
Is she still alive? I mean,
she's still alive. Yes. Yes, but when we put our lives on hold, we become very vulnerable, and people can take advantage of us.
Yes, that's.
So I just wanted to. I have other things to say, but let's go on.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sister Chinwe is saying, with marriage and children in your life, oh boy, you are finished with with preoccupation of no destination, unless you found purpose and began to plan and work towards it. It is not easy. Oh, I'm a victim of family entrapment. Sister Shioma can be funny and so real at the same time.
Thank you, sister. It's true.
It's true. It is. Yeah. Okay, so I was just saying that putting your life on hold, waiting for someone you don't even know if you are saved to propose to you is actually a sign of immaturity at all levels. I know some points will sound harsh, but once you don't speak the truth, there's no other way to bring it out as it is. It's a sign of immaturity at all levels. Because I remember those days, I realized that I was really immature in my thinking, in mentally, emotionally, everything. I was just dependent on people. And that shows that we lack an understanding, as Choma was explaining, of why we are sent on planet Earth. Because come to think of it, we are all here on Earth. Elephants are also here. Dogs are also here. What makes you stand out? They too have children. They also get married in their own way, But what makes you stand out from them? So that makes you to think twice and realize, actually, I have a role to play. It's not all about marriage. It's not about getting married here. There's more to life than marriage. So that enables you to mature up, to grow in your thinking, and to plan your life differently. Gioma, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I was going to add that when we put our lives on hold, all because of marriage, we found out that when you start putting your life on hold, it continues. Because I had said earlier that there is a connection between this and being desperate, which gets you into a relationship where you may possibly find out that someone is going to try to control you. Because when you're being abused, part of the things that happen in an abusive relationship is that one party is trying to exercise a lot of control over the other party.
Yeah.
So you will see that a lot of the things that you want to do or want to become, you may never really achieve those things. I have a situation of someone who is really very close to me. She started out as a medical person, and after she got married, she never actualized her dream of specializing in that field. And today, this person is close to 70, and she's still talking about her dream. And at this point, I want to also chip in that marriage, has cut off a lot of creativity in people. Because if you don't align yourself well to your calling and to your assignment, you would find out that you're going to use your time to engage in mundane activities that result from this, other side of things. You need to be able to plan yourself well so that you would, give more of your time to the reason why you're here.
Yeah.
Because like I said, by the time we're done with our time on earth, what really counts is what we were able to achieve for the person who sent us here. We are people on a mission, and we are here to do our bit of work which God has chosen for us to do. So you see that a lot of them inventors, that's why we're supposed to be inventors as humans. So by the time you get into the distractions, the day-to-day activities of that, the demands that come with marriage, you will see that the portion of your brain that should be used to create, that creativity, you lose it. You lose it to running around, carrying out one task or the other. And even if you want to do it, you're battling with time.
Yes.
The time is not sufficient. So I would always say that the time that a single person has is the time to be most valued. You should value every single minute of that time. We should make our time count. We should make our life count. And this is what we'll be remembered for when we're no longer here.
Mm.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Now there's he has.
All right.
Just to add to
Thank you,
what she just
Chioma.
said, that
And
putting your life.
okay. Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay.
Hello.
So putting your life. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
It's breaking up.
It-
Okay.
okay. So putting your life on hold is leads to wasting of time, and that is tantamount to wasting of life. You get so when for people who are really desperate about getting married and they put their life on hold, the kind of advice they get that you should
Mm.
go to weddings. You look for your friends who have weddings, so you just go
Yes.
there. You join the ladies who catch the flower and all that. And so the next thing, every weekend, they are thinking of where is the nearest wedding to attend. Their
Mm.
lives are just filled up. If you speak to such people, they spend their weekends, their useful time attending one wedding. What dress will I wear? How would I look? And all that. Went to that wedding, that wedding. The other advice is you go to a church. So you start looking for a church where there are young people. So you dressed up, and all that. So, and that's a lot of time wasting. This is useful time that could have been channeled into discovering who you are, discovering your purpose, and then building yourself up along those lines, and adding value, to the world. But when you use that to do all these mundane things, when you do have the time to do, the important things in life. I remember
Mm.
a young lady that I wanted to mentor at the time, and I said, okay, I'm a very busy person. What about this weekend? So I have a wedding. What of this weekend? I have a wedding. I'm like, okay, then you go for your weddings. Let's go for your weddings. And so that's it.
Thank you, sir. Oh, let me read. Chioma, can you see June's comment? Okay.
No, I can.
Okay, let me read it. June has written, starting to live your life before marriage makes you a free person. You become yourself. But when all thinking is about marriage, it makes you a prisoner. You start seeking attention from the way you dress, where you go, what to spend your money on, all for the sake of making yourself known that you are single. That's bondage. Sadly, it's women who are more trapped in this than men. June, that's very.
Yes. Women,
Then June is saying,
women are
I cut
trapped.
those, I cut those flowers several times, still single. God help me.
I'm still single. June,
We cut those flowers.
you're in the best place.
Yeah, sorry, Shioma, you are saying something.
You're,
You are saying something?
yeah, I was just telling June, congratulations. You're actually in the best place. This
Yeah,
is what I tell single people. You're in the best place. Make the most of your time.
yes,
Make the most of this opportunity.
yes. Thank you. Okay, so I put here that the reason why most relationships break down is because one party is sacrificing more for the other, and they are not getting anything in
Yeah.
return. So this is very similar to putting your life on hold.
Mm.
It's like you're holding that man, that unknown person, ransom. The reason I can't drive is because of you. Yeah, you are not yet here. The reason I can't buy a house is because of you. You are not yet here. The reason I can't go, So that's at the back in your subconsciousness. You develop resentment. You are bitter towards God. You're bitter towards people. Why? Because you're
Mm.
holding someone at ransom for that. So when you let go and move on with your life, you are free. You don't hold anyone at ransom. That's another wisdom in moving on with your life. Okay. And then that stuck life limits you, as Shoma says, the degrees you would have achieved, the investments out there to explore, business opportunities, countries you've never visited. you're just waiting on someone. Hey, someone who will live today and tomorrow they are no more. It's not worth it.
Thank you.
Explore your world. Don't limit your life. Okay, that man will find you in the process. Just use this time, as Shoma was explaining, to maximize your life and enjoy it. Remember, you're the captain of your life. And you move your life compass in any direction you want. There are so many people who are single and were great achievers. In my book, I listed 40. Yeah.
Wow.
But I just wanted to read like 5 of them. There is Joanne of Arc. Okay. She perceived a calling to lead an army into war. Okay. And that is how she fulfilled her life purpose. So she was in France. She was even given a title of a saint, and she led the French army to recover France from the English domination. Then another one was Leonardo da Vinci, a famous Italian, often referred to as the father of paleontology and architecture. He's considered to be the greatest painters in history, single. Then we have another one, Queen Elizabeth I, Queen of England and Ireland, from 1558 till her death. She was referred to as the Virgin Queen. She fulfilled her role while single. Nothing stopped her. Another one was René Descartes. He was a French philosopher, mathematician, and scientist. He is recognized as the father of analytical geometry and a key figure in the scientific revolution. Single. These guys did not let singleness redefine their lives, who they were. They maximized their life. Another great man is Sir Isaac Newton. He was single. He was an English physicist and mathematician, widely recognized as one of the most influential scientists of all time. Okay, and the list goes on. Composers. I have here Antonio Vivaldi, who was a composer, a teacher, and a cleric, and he was he's known as one of the greatest composers in his days. He was single. So the list goes on. You can read through my book. It has 40 people. They can encourage and inspire you to live a life to the maximum, despite singleness. Chioma, do you have anything to add?
Yes, I would say that you are actually more productive as a single person.
Yes.
And maybe this is the reason why Jesus didn't get married. I don't know if he did, but, well, it's not recorded in the Bible that I have. And that's why he was so productive. And at 33, he had achieved everything he came to this world to achieve, and he died and left us here. So I'm going to say something about death. This is one thing that people don't want to think about. People don't realize that there is a time to die. People are just preoccupied with the thought of, oh, I'm alive, I want to do this. People hardly think about death, and death can come at any time. It can come for you early, it can come for you in later years. But even more important than that is that the people who have stopped their lives because they are waiting for their partners, they don't even realize that their partners can die. People don't think about these things, they don't want to even, they don't want any part of their minds to conceive it, but these are facts. No matter how you want to pray about it, people must die. People are being given birth every day, people are dying every day. So I don't know why people think that they are the ones that are more important. I mean, they are supposed to be in this world longer than other people. You don't know the day you're going to die. You don't know the day your partner is going to die. So if you have spent your whole life, building yourself around that individual, that maybe after a year or two he's gone, what's going to happen to yourself, to your happiness, to your joy, and to everything that you have built? So people are not thinking about that. And if you know that death is real, you would have to face the reality that, oh, time is of essence. I mean, I need to use my time right, because nothing is life is not really guaranteed. You're not sure when who will die first, or even when you will die. That must happen.
Yeah, that's so true, Chioma. So we should treat our life as precious, because as you're waiting, the clock is moving on. The earth does not stop for you. That's a principle. So if the earth cannot stop for anyone on earth, it keeps on rotating, then why should you let your life get stuck? Why should you put life on hold? You're just working against the laws of nature. Okay, so that shows us the essence of life is that we keep moving on. We keep moving on. You find an obstacle, you work through it, you move on. You don't get stuck. Okay, so another point I can put here is putting your life on hold is a lack of respect, self-respect. Why do I say that? If you look around, look at people, the way they relate, we are all attracted to the best. And also that's the same quality. We attract the best, or we attract the quality of relationships that we are. So the more you develop yourself, the more you increase your quality, is the higher quality of relationships you will attract. And that is how you attract respect for yourself. Even the man or the lady who get married to you will be attracted to you because they see value. They see your development. They see that you're not ordinary. You're not just, your life is not empty. Who wants to be running towards emptiness? No one. So respect yourself. Respect your life. Okay, by developing yourself and maximizing your singleness to the best as you can. Okay, and another point here I wanted to mention is when you put your life on hold, guess what? As Shoma was saying, you will not be self-sufficient. You will always be prone to be under control of someone else. Okay. And in this case, you are being controlled by someone you don't know because they have not come yet. So that person who you don't know is controlling you remotely without you realizing. But when you take charge of your life, being the captain of your life ship, okay, then you're developing yourself not to be manipulated, not to be controlled. And okay, I'm just echoing the points that have just been said. And Dr. Sandra Delaja said that there is no transformation of life without the renewing of the mind. So this has to start from the mindset. Have a reality check with yourself. Overcome self-pity, victim mentality, as our brother was sharing, okay? And that is how you can really become self-sufficient in yourself. And then you're in a better position not to be controlled by other people. Sister Shima is saying, I believe singleness is very huge place to discover. Focus and fulfill your vision. That is true. If only you discover in time. That is so true. Sorry, I missed most of your comments. Okay. All right. I'll read the others later. Chioma, please, over to you.
Yes, I really love the points you made on adding value and developing yourself, because I wanted to say again that marriage is like a building, and you and the other partner, you are the foundation. You're the architect of that building. It is what you bring into that building that would determine if that building is going to collapse or if it's going to stand the test of time.
Wow.
But these are things that people don't tell anyone. Marriage is like a building, and two people are building, not one person.
Yeah.
In Africa, they say it's one person. Two people must make that building work. If not, it's going to collapse. If one person is the one trying to hold that foundation, it's going to collapse. And what are the tools that keep that building strong? It is what the two individuals are coming into that place with, which is the value that you have put in yourself.
Yes.
So if you have stopped yourself because you're waiting to, for that wedding day, you're preparing your mind for the white gown you're going to wear, in a short while, you're going to find out that you're going to be in a place where there is going to be no value exchange. And there is nothing that gives the satisfaction in a marriage relationship more than this. And this is why people who felt they were in love come into the real action, and people are becoming dissatisfied. The man is taking off, he's not coming home. The woman is, going about finding other people to interact with. Meanwhile, when you were busy, preparing for these things, you didn't envisage that this was going to happen. So if you don't put anything in yourself, you're going to get in there empty. And when the challenges and storms that come with this marriage comes on you, you're going to have nothing to offer. The business is going to collapse.
Yeah.
It's going to crumble. So people should, view this. They should take time to build and invest in themselves, so that no matter what comes in the course of the decisions they've taken, they're able to be strong.
Yeah.
Yes, he wants to say.
Yes, please. You can. Over to you now. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So marriage is supposed to be a union of two complete individuals. So along those lines, there is preparation that needs to be done, and your time of being single is the time to develop yourself into a complete individual. We use the term, turn yourself from a biomass to a personality, and that's what you should be doing as a single person. So this is not a time to put your life on hold. It's a time to keep on developing yourself. You see people who say, okay, I have anger issues, and that's a time to work on it, and not a time to say, okay, when I get married, or I rather look for someone who is soft, who doesn't get angry easily, so that we complement each other. No, that's not. Your marriage is not a union of two incomplete people who are coming up to complement each other. They should actually be two complete individuals. I don't know how to make money. I don't know how to do business. So let me marry someone who's let me marry a lady who can hustle, and so she'll be the one going out to make the money. This is the reason why in Nigeria, in the United States today, there are over 6 cases of Nigerian men who murdered their wife in cold blood. And in all these cases, the wives were registered nurses. And in all the cases, the men imported the wives from some village in Africa, in Nigeria. And so what happened? They felt, okay, I don't want to spend my time to read nursing or make money. Let me get someone who will be my money-making machine. So I'll sponsor her through, so she would become a registered nurse. And when they did that, they got someone who they felt they could control, someone who wasn't as exposed. But in the course of becoming a registered nurse, the people acquired the exposure and all that. Then the ladies realized that, oh, I'm actually the one spending my life making this money, and this man just wants to cross his leg and start spending it. No, that's not going to happen. I'm going to take the decision on how my money will be spent, and he's not the one to decide for me how I spend my money, and that became a problem. So these control freaks all of a sudden found that they have been felt shortchanged, and said, since I spent my life, my resources to train this lady to make her a registered nurse, and now she's gone, then I have the right to take her life. So this is because someone is not thinking of, okay, building up myself to make money, and he's saying, when I get this person, the person will become my money-making machine. That is a major problem. So to wrap this point up, it's a time of preparation and not a time of thinking that someone else will come and complement your inadequacies.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. That is so sad. Chioma, any other thing?
Not really. I think I've exhausted my points. the points that were burning in my heart to share with our viewers today.
Yeah, so
So,
does your husband have anything else to say? Because our time is.
yes. Okay. Quickly, let me just run through my points.
Yes.
One of the problems we have with people who put their lives on hold is that when they do that, they become blind to lots of things.
Yeah.
We talked about red flags, during the time you're dating someone.
Mm.
It becomes a burning flag. You just keep making adjustments. You keep adjusting that. You see this guy, he gets angry, he has anger issues, he beats you, and you just keep making excuses to accommodate things that shouldn't be accommodated. And that's what happens because people put their lives on hold.
Mm.
And then also, during this time, people who put their lives on hold actually cannot have a meaningful relationship because it's the time to live your life, relate with people neutrally, and that's how you get to discover people who have similar values, that you can join with, you can consider getting married to.
Yeah.
Or if you're all thinking about marriage, when a guy is talking, you're looking out for the words like I want to. They say I want to and pause there. You're thinking the next one might be get married to you. So you're not thinking about anything. You're just thinking about, is he gonna say it? Okay, after this first meeting, the second meeting, he's gonna say it. So it's just all that, and you can't even relate to people, neutrally, and so that's a big problem.
Yeah.
It puts us, it makes us too blind, and some of us end up getting into a wrong relationship.
Yeah. That's.
Finally, when our lives are put on hold, people would even, this is particularly for ladies and even men, would bring themselves down to join themselves together with people who they have no business being together with, all because of they want to get married. A woman who comes from a background that's enlightened, will now join herself with someone who can even take care of her. They just say, you're 39 already, so just manage the one you see, anyone. So you meet someone who has no similar values, someone who on a regular day you will not even talk to. You just do that because you just think that, you need to get married. And for some men, this happens to some men at times. They go to the village instead of marrying people who are their peers or people who they can relate with and talk to on the same level. They go to the village and get married someone who is who they can't even have a meaningful conversation with.
Yeah.
And you just come in and it's marriage, marriage that there's no friendship, there's nothing. You can't sit down and talk. It's just, okay, good morning, this person, good morning, that person, and all that. So those are my points on this topic.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, Chioma, and your husband. I really appreciate it. So, guys, it's time up. I think what I can conclude is that if you're a single person out there, you have everything it takes to move on. We are all created with resources. So dig deep inside you, rediscover your confidence again, rediscover that strong willpower that is inside of you, and use that to move on with your life. Don't allow anyone, to put you on hold, to pause, pressing that pause button as if they control your life. No, move on with your life. And the more you move on, the more talent you develop in yourself, the more you realize that you have so much in you, the more you shine, actually, the more your glory comes out because you're developing yourself. You're out there loving people. The more you love people, the more loving you become. Your heart becomes enlarged. So all these things will be noticed by the right person. Okay? And if marriage is for you, you will meet the person while in the process of living your life to the full. Chioma, any conclusion before we leave?
Yes, I would like to borrow Chinwe's point in conclusion, and she wrote that singleness is a very huge place to discover, focus, and fulfill your vision. Only if you discover in time. Time is our life. The most important resource we have in this world is time. And what we become in this world is a function of what we have done with our time. So, single person out there listening to this, you're in the right place. Don't put your life on hold. Use your time wisely. Use it to invent, create something. Use it to make impact in the world. Use it to add value to yourself and to the people around you. Use it to do something that you will be remembered for, even if you don't get married. Because even if you got married, what people are going to remember you for is that impact that you have made in this world where you're no longer here. So these are my my final words to viewers.
Thank you, Chioma. Thank you to your husband as well. Appreciate you. Thank you for making this broadcast so rich. When there's so many points coming from different angles, the discussion is better, and I guess it will be a blessing to someone out there. So, friends, have a lovely weekend. June, enjoy your happy birthday. I tried to sing for you. I don't know whether the broadcast went off, but happy birthday to you. We wish you all God's blessings. So, have a nice weekend, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.